Organization. It's very important in anything you do, including business. In this video, I want to show you some things we're doing to get 2021 started on the right foot. And part of that is being organized and not having a cluttered work environment, which I was guilty of, and I'm sure many of you out there are guilty of as well. So without any further ado, let's go. Welcome back to my show. This is John from Flippin Ain't Easy. For those of you who've never seen my channel before, I'm a reseller of now going on my third year in the reselling business full-time on eBay. And I've been selling part-time before that for, about 16, 17 years. So I've got a lot of information to share with you. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about organization. And I may seem to be somewhat organized, but honestly, I could be a hot mess. And my garage has been a hot mess. You could see some of my videos in the past where I've done unboxings and things like that. And I got to tell you, my garage is something that I'd come out here to work and I'd look at it and I'd go, wow, what do I do about this? Because as you accumulate goods and merchandise, it can really be crazy. Like only a few weeks ago, it looked like a bomb went off in here. And so what I'm going to show you are some things that we did in my garage, and it's just basic stuff really, but to give you guys some ideas. And what we did, we have a guest room that we sort of converted into an area for my wife to do photography for her clothing, and we have the setup. We're going to show you that. It's really good. And just to show you how we're organizing that part of the business and how we're organizing that room for that part of the business, and to show you what we're doing and to kind of give you some ideas. That's what this show is about. So we plan on moving some racks around in the garage. And so my garage already is a hot mess, even after I went in and organized all the stuff we had. If you'd have saw this garage about a month ago, you would have thought a bomb went off. But I'll show you. I'll try to pan it around here. Many of you notice these boxes that have been here. I've added another row because I have to move these boxes out of the way. And these racks I'm going to move to my wife's area upstairs so she can store the clothing that we have. And all these boxes on here I need to list, and except for those toner cartridges, which basically are new but they're not moving for whatever reason. So and then that rack is sort of broken. As you can see, I'm missing one of the supports for it. So that may be just a 4-tier rack for now, but the racks I'm getting are quite large, and I'll show you here later in the video once I have them set up. They are the more standard metal racks for your garage. We're gonna just try to get this more organized. We plan on spending the next few days between today and over the weekend to get everything in order. Want to hit the ground running on Monday and have everything ready to go. In fact, I'll probably have a lot of this stuff photoed and tested out before Monday hits, so I can just boom, start listing. And that's the plan for now. And yeah, that's the plan. So you'll see here in just a minute the progress I've made. So we made a little progress. I'll show you here in just a second what we have going on. But all I pretty much did was move everything around. As you can see behind me, I got all the stuff there. And all I did was just kind of move everything around to the side because I need to make room for this shelf that I'm gonna go get right now. So that's the shortest one that I have left. The other two taller ones, the 5-shelf racks, went upstairs to my wife. And that's where the other rack that I'm gonna go get. It's more of an industrial size rack, and we'll be showing that here to you in just a second. So that's the rack I'm talking about. I pretty much traded in 2 of those yellow and black ones, actually 5-tier, for one of these. And this occupies pretty much the same space. I'm gonna push it over to the left a little bit more and pretty much present myself a little bit more room over here against the wall to work with. And I think that's gonna suit me better. This is 77 by 72, 77 long by 24 wide, 72 high. And I almost bought the 84 wide, or actually 84 long by 24 wide by, I believe it was 84 high, which would have been a little bit higher. But this one was on sale at Lowe's for $169, and I think the one that was higher and wider or longer was $249. And so this'll do. And so I'm gonna go ahead now and try to reorganize things back on this shelf. So here's the end result. As you can see, a lot of the boxes I had over here are now up in here. These are things I need to list, so this is a good staging area. So when I clear my boxes, the things that I want to list, I can just simply put in this rack. I got to tell you guys, this is worth getting. These racks are really sturdy, and I still had room for my other 4-tier smaller plastic rack. And like the middle rack had some broken items. I have a neighbor who specializes in electronics, and we're working out a deal where he's going to maybe refurbish some of these things. So I'm going to keep a rack over there for items that are not working properly, and then you know, test, and then take photos here, and then have my photo booth with my LED lights. Got my cleaning spray, got my canned air. It's always good for electronics. Got my little bowl for batteries and scissors and all the little basic things that I need. And I'm pretty happy with this, and more importantly, my wife is happy with this. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we moved the two of the 3 plastic racks up to her working area, and I'm going to show you that right now. Also in this episode, you are going to get an opportunity to meet my wife, Jenna, and that's later in the video, so stay with us here. Hit that like button. Still about 75 to 80% of you out there who watch this video never bother to subscribe. Do me a favor, if you like the content of any of my videos, or even just this one, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell icon so that you'll be notified the next time we make a video. So we're upstairs and we're in the empty room. It was a guest room, but you know, with COVID and everything going on in life, not a whole lot of guests coming to see us at least. And so we decided to utilize this space, and I'm going to show it to you here right now. You'll see my lovely wife, Jenna, and she is going to work the other store that we have, and it's going to be mostly clothing, some health and beauty, and she really loves working with that type of stuff. And we decided to convert this room. As you can see, we took the racks that we had in the garage, and this is stuff we need to list. And as you can see here, this is stuff that we have listed, the clothing, and we have it organized. And maybe in a future video we'll go into how we actually do the organization. But what I wanted you to see was the lighting setup we've set up here. Now, this is like a 4x6.5, 4x7 piece of plywood that we had cut at Lowe's. And then we bought this fabric underneath the garment there. It's the same material that you would see in an oven mitt. It's utility fabric, or utility fleece, and it's also known as sandwich fleece. You can get it at Joann's or any store like that. So it lets you adjust the fabric however you want it to. And for the most part, I mean, you have to do some finagling, but it will stick pretty much however you want it to. And as you can see, it does a pretty good job. And we bought some lighting. These are some LED clamp lights that each have an independent arm, and you know, you can kind of get closer if you need more light. You can maneuver it around and that type of thing. And it does the job really well. And of course, our electricals behind the wood piece. We have this laid at an angle so that it's not quite upright, and it kind of leans back in the area that we're not using. You really only need like a 5-foot wide area because you know, you're going to go up the wall, but you need 5 feet to accommodate the 4-foot wide board. Your clamps need the space, and you know, that'll give you a safe area to work with. And wasn't very expensive. This material is only about $14 for a 7 to 8 foot long piece, at Joann's, and the lighting was like $60 for the set of three at Amazon. So you can find that, and we got it in one day. We set it up. It has a lot to be desired, but it provides a lot of good light. And we want to get in there and take photos. We can just do that. Get in there, take photos, and move the garment around, and it will expedite the process. So once we're done here taking our photos, my wife's going to have a little table here. It's like a cabinet. It goes about waist high, and that tabletop she's going to use to actually do the shipping, get the packages ready. And so it's going to go basically from here. These are the items that actually need to be listed, to over here, and then packaged in a poly bag and put into one of these totes. Now at some point we're going to utilize this space again, because the whole point in this room is to keep the inventory that we have listed. But for right now, that's sort of how we're going to do it. And so I just wanted you to see how we have this set up for 2021. So there you have it, guys. Just wanted to show you what I was doing in the garage, what the wife's been doing here in this room. And there's a lot to this business. It's not just buying items and taking photos and selling it on eBay. You have to be somewhat organized. You have to have a plan. If you don't, it's going to be a hot mess. And I can tell you, you're going to lose motivation, because if you're not organized, you're not going to be motivated. And if you're not motivated, you're not going to do as well as you should. And can't sit here and tell you guys to keep listing when you have no motivation.
I was just going to say that the more organized you are, the faster and more efficient your daily duties will go.
That's right.
It's just that way. I got very unorganized and very unmotivated come the last couple months of 2020. And it was only until I saw a video on how to change my organization, probably for the third time now. And I think this is really, really going to work out for me as far as a faster, easier, smooth process.
Right. And, along with just your storage area in your garage, or your staging area in your garage, or wherever you use, if it's a hot mess, chances are your motivation's going to be a hot mess. Take it from me, as I mentioned earlier, going out in that garage and having to deal with that mess just made me really demoralized. And now I feel a lot better about it. 2021, we're going to get off on a good start. But just know, guys, that this business, there's a lot to it. And, do what you can to be organized, but also keep listing, keep selling, and just know one thing, that flipping ain't easy.
Flipping ain't easy.
That's right. We'll talk to you guys next time.